I read about you, and then you also mentioned that like no matter what age you are at, even at 60, 80, 90, 100, I can bring you back to your normal. So how do you do with the aging factor?
It's what we want to do is to be the best version of ourselves. It could be a 14-year-old basketball player or a 90-year-old golfer. Are you functioning at your max capacity and pushing at that level? Are you being the best version of yourself? Are you being the CEO of your life? Right? So my job is I'm going to audit you and just show you if you're being the CEO, if you're being the max version of your life, this is what's going on. And I give you so many choices, and now it's up to you. It's up to you to drive the car, your Rolls Royce, however you want. You could continue to go backwards, continue to drive the one way, continue to go in the jungle, whatever you want. But now you know, you have the information, you have the choice. You know, it's up to you. You're the host. You keep saying you're thirsty. I'll bring the water for you. It's your choice to drink it, or you could continue to cry. You could continue to do whatever. My job is to not even bring you the water. Just show you like, hey, Kashif, the water's right there. It's right next to you. You know, it's been there the whole time. You know. Yeah.
Is there any way to reverse the age process as well?
I would think so. I don't know. That's such a big word, right? Longevity is such a big word. It's the biggest word is, can we be the max version of Kashif? Are you living at the max capacity of yourself? You know, your brain, your body. Are you pushing your Rolls Royce, your Ferrari at the max level? Or are you pushing your Rolls Royce at 1%? Are you struggling every morning when you get up? Do you have full of energy? Do you have full health? Are you in love of life? So to me, that's living now, right? Tomorrow is not promised. We could go down on the road. We don't know about tomorrow. Yeah. So it's now, and I'll be giving everything. It's a Christmas. I'll be enjoying this present.
Right, right.
It's a game. It's really a game. You know, are we having fun with the car that we have right now?
So I was listening to a podcast just recently, and you being the number one sports medicine doctor, and you can tell, like, the lady, she was telling that the age which restricts us from doing lots of things. For example, a person who is at the age of maybe 60 and he feels like, sorry, I can't play tennis anymore. So that's his or her personal choice for restriction. So do you believe this is, or there is some sort of a restriction because of the age factor, like the bone density changes and the heart rate and overall blood pressure and everything changes with the time, with the age, or they can still do the same things what they were doing at the age of their teens or early 20s?
I love this question. You know why? What comes to my mind is that if you go to Google right now, if you put a 100-year-old running a marathon, that's a person. If I Google a 90-year-old bodybuilder, that's a person. If I put a 70-year-old tennis player, actually, by the way, I had a tennis player. She was number one in USA. She was playing at age 86. I knew her for like 10 years. So she was like 81 champion, 82 champion, 83 to like 87 champion.
Wow.
So
that's so fascinating.
So there is, you know, we see animals, right? We all of a sudden see a white pigeon or a different colored tiger, right? It's possible. Everything's possible. But it's the thoughts that we tell us. If I tell you, oh, I can't jump over this table. You think I'm going to jump over this table? There's no way. If I tell you that I can't go and play tennis, there's no way. If I tell myself I'm not going to run the marathon, there's no way. It's what we tell us. And then the body adjusted to what we tell us. I mentioned to you, as in my day, every thought matters. So if I say, oh, I won't be able to run tomorrow, well, that's what's going to give me. If I say, no, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to run, my body is going to be not sore, that's what's going to give me. So every thought make a reality. It's a reality imprints, you know? So that's why it's what we tell us. If you say, oh, I'm 65, I'm not going to play tennis. But if you Google, you're going to see people are 10 years older than you, 20 years older than you playing tennis.
Right.
So it's up to us.
Right.
It's up to us.
Dr. Navin, you had been working with top athletes in the world. And what is one thing which you found out that they have in common?
Oh, they know they're the best.
They know that they're the best.
They're the best. They know that they're the best and they already did the work, right? They practice harder than anybody else. They put in the work. So they have the 3D work, and in 5D, they know that, okay, this guy's taller than me. They're better than me. They put in the work, but they know that my attitude is beyond anybody else. They have a belief that they're gonna do it way more than the other person, right? Say if you have two athletes that's same height, same strength, same everything. You know, you're an athlete. And what is that one thing that will push the other person 1% better? It's the mind, it's the psyche. I want this way more better than the other person. It's the will, the intent. They want it. So the elite athletes, they want it so bad, more than anybody else.
Wow.
Yeah. And same thing going back to your tennis player who's 65, who's saying, I can't go. If she wanted so badly, she will figure out a way. The body will figure out a way. Our mind will figure out a way.
Right.
Yeah.
And in any field, if we think in this way, of course, like there is no hurdle for you. You're always looking
That's
for the
it.
peak of everything.
That's it.
It's not only
That's
about
it.
the sports.
That's it.
Right.
You know, think about it, right? The person who want to climb Mount Everest,
Yeah.
they had a vision. Their body took them there, right? The person who drove the Eiffel Tower, they had a vision. On the paper, it came to reality. Same thing. If you have a vision of playing tennis or becoming the CEO, manifesting the car, you have a vision and the rest will happen. But if you have a vision and if you're doubting, then there's no vision. You spoil the milk, right? You spoiled it.
Yeah, that's so true.
So you got to be like, okay, Eiffel Tower. But if you constantly think about, oh, this is not going to happen, well, it's not going to happen. You know, it's the thought, biology of belief. It's the consciously creating your own reality with thoughts alone.
Yeah.
What you think is what you become. What you think is what happens.
Yeah.
So there's a football player, USA football player. He's a coach now. He said, when you feel good, when you dress good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. Right? It's the feeling. Like we feel great. I feel good. I'm look good. I'm going to go and play that much better. It's the swag about ourselves, right? It's the thought that we say like, oh my God, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
You know, you are up now, you know? Yeah.
So these players, like top athlete, when we talk about, you work with so many celebrities and the top athletes and all of them. So once you reach to certain level, the pressure is so intense and you realize it somehow that the pressure is being felt by them. So how do they handle this pressure?
Because they don't have pressure.
They don't take any pressure?
You playing tennis,
Yeah.
you're playing basketball with your kids, it's exactly how they play when they play in the TV with 20,000 people watching and millions of people watching on TV.
Yeah.
They're just having fun. They're in the flow. It's the flow state. You know, they're in such a flow. They don't hear, they don't see anybody in the crowd, but they see everything behind them. They hear everything behind them. They taste the ball. They smell the ball. They're in very heightened, very enlightened stage. They're very conscious. So nothing get to them. They are very programmed in their brain. Like that's why, you know, you look at incredible people like LeBron James, they'll remember the play that happened yesterday, the day before. They know because they are in a very heightened memory, heightened, very alert. So nothing gets to them. Yeah.
So how do they reach to that state?
I think it's practice.
It's practice?
A belief, a practice, you know. Yeah, that's no different than, they are no different than you and I. They're no different than, you know, who's listened to this podcast. They're no different. They worked, they got in there and it's us. It's all about us. And working on it, working ourselves. When we quiet our mind, we have everything what we need.